This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael, I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen Top of the Heap, a blaxploitation drama from 1972 written, directed by, and starring Christopher St. John. It follows George Latimer, an officer in Washington, D.C., notable for being one of the few black officers in the police department. However, it comes at a cost to his respect, not only from other blacks in the community, but also his white superiors in the department. Not to mention that his focus on work has led him to neglect issues at home. It all boils over when the captain passes over George for a promotion to sergeant, pushing him to take matters into his own hands and go beyond the law. Meanwhile, vignettes of his inner fantasies see George going beyond the stars as well. On one level, this movie hits several blaxploitation cliches that will probably be obvious upon first watch. Immediately below that surface is a rather straightforward but unique character study, at least for the genre and its general focus on story and action over other development. George is a man caught between two worlds, one which hates him for what he does, and another which accepts him so long as he knows his place, so to speak. With nobody to look to for genuine support, he ends up thriving in two different fantasies. One is a spacefaring adventure that is analogous to real-life events, placing him in the role of an astronaut who bails from a flight when a mysterious voice tells him to escape. The other is in the real world, where he continues to believe that he has total control over his image and perception by others, though naturally it comes at odds with what he knows is the truth. The thematic ideas of the movie end up taking a bit more precedence over the story, in that while there is a relatively clear plot at hand, the actual movie is more of a series of individual scenes and events rather than one wholly continuous storyline. It's also a bit hyper-focused on George, which then leaves other characters feeling a bit more one-dimensional, with a few continuity errors and inconsistencies here and there as well. Still, that's probably just to be expected for what is, as best as I can tell, a low-budget, self-funded production. It's a facet that shows in some of the film's technical elements, which are also an easy way to tell that this is right in line with blaxploitation in general. I say some of the elements because while much of the film is made on the cheap, with set pieces that remind me of soap operas and sitcoms, or location shots that either lack permits or pre-planning, the fantasy sequences of George as an astronaut do show an attention to a creative style and visual framing, taking on a drastically different look with each subsequent scene, from expressive close-ups to documentary-like footage, and even some editing tricks here and there. In hindsight, the visual inconsistency between these fantasy scenes and reality only highlights the starkness of the situation that George faces, as well as how closely he clings to his escapism. Given what he has to deal with when he has to come back down to Earth, it's no wonder that his dream is to escape the planet. Though even so, it's made clear that it's a destination he'll never be able or possibly allowed to reach. Top of the Heap. Christopher St. John, 1972. 4 stars. I'd recommend giving the movie a try. It's certainly different from any other blaxploitation film I've seen. Well, almost. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have something to add, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I don't have much to add for the outro this time. Actually, come to think of it, I have been getting a lot of space-themed movies recently. I wonder if there was a holiday or something.